What's up, witches? Welcome. I'm so glad you're here with me. I'm Luna, and I just decided on the spur of the moment as I was about to shoot an unboxing video to just go live with it, because why not, you know, when you can hang out live with people. So I welcome you. Thank you so much for hitting that button and coming to join me, whether you're watching live or afterwards. You're very, very welcome. I would like to start off by just asking for your very best intentions, prayerful energy to be sent to all those that are suffering under the impact of the massive storms that went through last night. Let's do some blessings here, okay? Let me grab another match. Where's the flame? Hold on. Oh, I still can't see what I'm doing. Hold on. Okay. I do think I will do a prayer circle tomorrow so we can really focus our intentions and do some good. But for now, by air and fire, may all within hearing of this blessing be purified and charged. By water and earth, may all within hearing be blessed and made whole. And by the sound of the bell, may you be brought into presence, into your body. Come into the center of your power, right in the center of your body, feeling your connection with the earth. And may the sound of this bell clear all negativity out of your body, out of the space around you, all within the sound of this bell, wherever this sound reaches now and in the future. May all negativity be cleared. May the sound of this bell bring in blessings, bring in comfort, bring in healing, bring in aid and assistance, bring in help. So mote it be. I am comforted by knowing that we have a president that will send help when it's needed. Right? Hello, Marcy, darling. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, this is what happens when I wash my hair and just don't even brush it afterwards. It finally does the thing that I wanted to do. So Swamp Witch Day. But I have a special unboxing today. The Seasons of the Witch Yule Oracle. I actually got this. I pre-ordered it and got it when it was released. I think it was September, October. But I've been sitting on it, and I thought, oh, I'll do it closer to Yule. And then I thought, no, because you might want to see what this deck is about. I'm sure there's a lot of unboxings out there already, but you might want to hear it from me in time to order it for yourself for Yule. So let's get in. This is by Lorriane Anderson and Juliet Diaz, same as Seasons of the Witch, the Samhain Oracle, and the artwork is by Giada Rose. This is published by Rockpool in 2021, and this was like $22 in the States. And the wheel turns. Yule reminds us of warmth, happiness, and a time to be thankful for all that we have. For centuries, ancient healers have celebrated the restorative energy of the Yuletide festival, the traditional harsh winters reminding us of our impressive ability to weather tough storms and find support and comfort with loved ones. Boy, that's timely, huh? In Seasons of the Witch Yule Oracle, you'll discover 44 healing messages to align you with the divine wisdom of the year's darkest night and the joyful celebration associated with the winter holidays. This oracle is your path to deep reflection and tranquility and is a promise of the brighter days to come. So let's go in, and I see there are several of us here. Please check in and say hi. Whether you're new here or not, just say hi. Let's be a circle. We have a lovely moon inside the box. And we also have, you know, the lovely foil letterings on a matte background, a trend that I adore. There's the book. Nice book, full color. And then the deck. And you can see I have not. I have not anything with this deck. Look at the beautiful foil edges. The Samhain Oracle has red foil on the edges, and they went with green for Yule. The plastic band and what you get with Rockpool, which is an invitation to download their app, and it's a wonderful thing. Many decks, and you can get like a 3-card reading, 5-card reading, I think, picking the decks. And you can also purchase digital versions of the decks through the app, which give you much more access, of course. Hello, Lisa. Welcome, darling. Welcome, welcome. All right. Backs of the cards are the moon, and we have hands reaching in towards the moon with red ribbons on them. Look at that. It's like a gift of, you know, that internal insight, the moon representing psychic ability and intuition and all of that unconscious stuff, and the hands reaching in to get that information. I love it. Let me zoom you in. Put me in a different place. Go over there, Luna. Give us some room. All right. And I hope you guys are getting a decent resolution. I realized looking at some of my videos, even though I'm using a high-res camera, they were coming out not high-res. And that's troubling because it just adds things to my list of what I need, including a new computer. Okay, Marcy. Yes. Ah, that makes a lot of sense. Yes, Marcy's in the Southern Hemisphere. And, you know, Yule for you happens in June. So this Yule Oracle, I mean, Christmas and Yule, it's a funny thing, because Christmas is linked to December 25th. But, you know, I guess you have to kind of go back beyond the Christmas story to the roots of Yule, which are really about the dark time of the year and the rebirth of the sun. So if you can put those two things together rather than Christmas as a, you know, December 25th thing, it can work out for you. But I mean, I've always wondered what it's like to be in the Southern Hemisphere, because if you're pagan, you're going to go with the actual wheel of the year where you are. But then there's the December 25th thing if you're Christian. So yeah, crazy. Hello, Mary Beth. Good morning to you too. Hey, a double cap. Yeah, the dark of the year is my time. It's our time for Plutonian people as well, I gotta say. All right, well, here's where you get a good look at it to see if you really want to pull the trigger. So number 1 is bear medicine. There is no tomorrow without the healing of the past. For in stillness you shall find yourself right where you are. And we go to, I think it's Juliet Diaz that did the verses. Let me look. About the authors. See, right up front, about the authors and about the illustrator. I truly appreciate that. And Juliet Diaz is an indigenous Taino Cubana from a long line of curanderos. Well, let's read about them, shall we? I got people to hang out with. I'm going to take my time. Lorriane. Okay, interesting. On the cover, it says Lorriane Anderson, Loriane. In here, it says Lorraine. Which one is it? What a bummer. Lorriane, what a bummer on the first frickin' page to get the name of the primary author wrong. Oh, Rockpool, darling, editors, please. Lorriane Anderson is the founder of Spirit Element, a spiritual wellness boutique, and the Spirit Guides, a blog devoted to modern mysticism. She has more than 10 years' experience as an herbalist, aromatherapist, crystal healer, and practitioner of the magical and earth-based arts. She draws her practice from her varied cultural heritage, which includes Beninese, Romanian, and Irish. www.shopspiritelement.com. Romanian and Irish. Another typo there. We don't have a space. So, yeah. Editors. Juliet Diaz is an indigenous Taino Cubana from a long line of curanderos, healers, and brujas on both sides of her parents' lineages. At the age of 3, signs of her natural gifts like cosmic channeling, seer, plant whispering, energy reading, and communication with spirits and other realms shone through. Juliet believes magic lives within us all and feels passionately about inspiring others to step into their truth. Juliet has devoted her life to helping others weave light, medicine, and magic into their lives, helping thousands of people come back to self. She's the creator of an online membership, The Altar Within. That's nice. She has a Master's of Science in Herbal Medicine and countless certifications in an array of healing modalities, featured in major publications such as Oprah Magazine, National Geographic, The Atlantic, Wired, and Refinery, to name a few. Wow. Juliet is the author of the best-selling book in its genre, Witchery, Embrace the Witch Within, and the #1 new release, Plant Witchery. It's always funny to me, this person obviously embraces witchcraft and the terminology. Lorriane is, magical and earth-based arts, but we're staying away from the W word or the P word. About the illustrator, Giada Rose is a Kentucky-based watercolor illustrator interested in the threads that stretch between nature, femininity, magic, and art. Her paintings are infused with a longing for the old ways and a love of folklore and mythology. You can find her work on her website, giadarose.com. It's giada-rose.com. And her shop, etsy.com shop, Giada Rose, as well as on Instagram, Giada Rose Goodman. Okay, so it doesn't specifically say that Juliet Diaz is the one that writes the verses, but somehow I kind of know that. I'm not sure. Okay. Put them to the side. All about the cards now. So there's Bear Medicine. And these enigmatic verses, Candle Magic. Finger the spine and caress thy lips. Light the spell spilling from your grip. That's an interesting thing, because when I do candle magic and I hold the candle with the base of it right here, and I feel, the energy coming out of my palms into the candle. Cardinal Medicine. Thyself bleeds of sacredness and honor fit for the gods. You are worth all the seas and all the skies and all the desires you hold inside. Ceremony. Okay, now I'm getting concerned with words and I need to look at images too. So we have this beautiful spiral with candles, and we have the cardinals and the red berries. So, you wonder about the colors, or maybe you don't, of the seasons and the colors of the holidays. Christmas and Yule being red and green. Obviously, you look outside, you see evergreen, and you see red berries left on things. Ceremony. I call upon those heralds of winter, dimming light for better sight. Hear thy praise spilling from thy lips, a spell I'll cast for thy spirits in me. Wow, ceremony. Look at the veil, and she's sky-clad underneath. Don't know if you can see that clearly. Chills. Upon my flesh, within thy bones, quivers a crawling frozen in numbness. Shall I ignore or shall I bestow it? A frozen knowing looks back at thy soul. She does this, she plays with grammar. Let's just put it that way. Cold Moon, #6. With a wolf. Take with thy the dreariest of moments. So thy is a possessive. Thou is an object. Thee is the object. Thou is a subject. So it should be take with thee. But it's not. Take with thy the dreariest of moments. Release me for their tongue and nourish me with light. Like I said, enigmatic AF. Contemplation. Something very Japanese about this image. It breathes in the stillness of all that is, exhaling all that isn't. Coming from the ends of the starts and the highest of the lows, here I gasp for the answers to unfold. Hello, Jasmine. Speaking of enigmatic, darling, can you spell out what you're saying there? Because I don't understand what your comment is. Sorry, honey. Crone. Thy wisdom befriends the honor in which weaves within blood. A harrowing call from the depths of your sacredness. Thy wisdom befriends the honor in which weaves within blood. They're not just enigmatic, they're confusing. They're ungrammatical. So this is a complaint that I have being a grammar Nazi. Sorry for that term. Yeah. Okay, we'll just keep going. Darkest hour. There in the void of thy darkness swells the shadow of the soul, swallowing the wickedness into the blackness of its wholeness. Look at the moons. I don't think I'm going to read every verse. Dove medicine. Look at that. The wings are thick and strong, I see, for they've battled the most unforgiving winds. Be proud, be free, my child. Go on, soar like never be. See, that makes sense. Falling in love. Wow. The thorns of roses rip open the heart only for thy petals to bleed into thy soul. Only for thy petals to bleed. Wow. So falling in love, an interesting thing for the dark of the year. Family, thy love is present in the presence of thee. A comforting veil that warms the heart and hugs the soul. Father Christmas, how did thou get here? How did thou get here? No worries at all. Gather yourself and clear the frost, for the good still lives in you, dear. Feasting. This is one of those things where you kind of crack the deck, because I think when they put the foil on the edges, it kind of sticks them together sometimes. Feasting. Let us feast upon the nourishing and be thankful for thy feast. Now here, nor here or there, yet everywhere it be. Forest. It is without question a place of mystery, whispers of power you've forgotten. Let thy strength crawl from beneath the ground and remind you, dear child, you are magic. Frost. Okay, I've got something going on in my head here that I need to share. We were talking about the whole Christmas Yule thing and the kind of dissonance between those two. The globalization of Christianity and its appropriated pagan holidays disconnects us from organic religion, disconnects us from the true celebration of the seasons. So you have Christmas happening at a time in the southern hemisphere, which the sun is at its strongest. It doesn't jive at all with all of the symbolism that's been appropriated. So, just the idea of Christmas and Christianity itself divorces us from our celebrations that are tied to the cycles of nature, so bummer. Laura, let's see. And welcome, Laura, darling. Yeah, the messages, heroing is not a word. They didn't mean harrowing. She definitely mangles language. I would say plays with, but it gets to the point of mangling. And so with the Samhain Oracle, I kind of read the messages, take in what comes, but then you go to the meanings in the book or just go to your intuition. It does bug me that she, rather than being enigmatic and just an image that can trigger things, there are ungrammatical statements that to me are nonsensical. So I think she goes a step too far here. Frost, ice cold melting in time, a frozen glance at what lies behind, what lies ahead, what lies within, and the chilling frost of thy undead. Wow. Gatherings. Gather, gather, festive witches. Speak of joy and drink to wishes. Take one, give two, celebrating all blisses. Now see, that's lovely. Most of them are lovely. But then you just hit one that makes you go, you know? And I guess that's a time. So there is value in this, though. Because it's in those brain stopping moments, stopping this left brain, that the right brain can come through with messages. So, you know, on some level, that it is really valuable to put out a statement there that makes your left brain start chewing on it like a dog with a sock. And then the right brain says, here's the meaning coming through. Here's the message for you, you know? So it's kind of like when I used to do Ren fairs, and I would be reading all day from the Hanson Roberts deck. And by the end of the day, I was getting tired, and my left brain was just spewing out the meanings of the cards, and I would feel myself going stale, and kind of repetitive. So I would switch out decks to like the Robin Wood, or maybe one that I wasn't so used to, and it would kind of jolt my brain again and make my left brain shut the fuck up so the messages could come through once again. So yeah. Hi, Artemis. Yep, Marcy. Absolutely. Absolutely. You know, Christianity appropriated, Christianity outlawed pagan traditions, violently suppressed them, and we pay for it with disconnection. Gratitude. All that I am and all that I'll be, forever in gratitude I'll eternally be. Hearth. May your warmth take in the gazing flame, upon the shivers they melt away. Light. And I mean, the images are just beautiful. Beautiful and familiar. A hearth. Light. Hope is but a word casting the unseen. Let there be light where light is but a dream. That's beautiful. Can you hear the wind? Listen. Wow. Those are my woods roaring. Yeah, baby. I'm glad it's daylight because I can see if something's going to come at me. But this is beautiful. A word casting the unseen. I think about casting like you're casting a metal casting or something like that. That you're putting it into form, putting form to something that doesn't exist, and that's the nature of hope. That's lovely. So most of the time, her verses really do carry deep meaning with them. There it goes again. Merriment. What joy, what glee beams from the sounds of voices, uplifting the webs of sorrow, glimmering as if no tomorrow. That's lovely as well. And look at, we've got the candle, the absolutely dangerous candle headdresses, candle crowns of, is it Santa Lucia? Mistletoe, what dreams may come from the borrowing of ivy held tight within the womb. A calling in of sorts, a spell from above, holy holly. A spell from above, holy holly. From the borrowing of ivy held tight within the womb. Okay, the borrowing of ivy. What's ivy? Ivy's an evergreen. Okay, that does make sense to me. Mother Mary. Into the arms of a mothering embrace swells a wisdom full of grace. In thy bosom where she whispers sleeps the eye of winter. A lot of these are well worth meditating on in a great trancy mindset. Offerings. I give to you my heart's intent wrapped in gratitude and thankfulness, devotion in exchange for your presence. Here I am gifting my essence. Lovely Pud. Holy shit, you guys. It's loud. We've had warnings, so if I drop, if I lose power, Nice being with you. Okay, ornaments. So it is a remembrance of what once was, and with what will be a fragile beauty beaming upon thy. Okay, now stop that. She just kind of wiped that whole verse out of my head with the last word being ungrammatical. Why can't it be a fragile beauty beaming upon thee? That bugs me. Perseverance, stay in thy power, dear child, for thy lonely is never alone. When the world is dreadful upon thy, turn to the spirits within thy. Stop. I'm just going to make it grammatical. When the world is dreadful upon thee, turn to the spirits within thee. Please, just do it. Poinsettia, cast the shadows, scream silence at them, dear witch. What lurks inside transforms into the most beautiful of beauty. Transforms into the most beautiful of beauty. No period at the end of that sentence. Okay. Reindeer medicine, journey into the depths of your soul and awakening of sights revealed. It is time for no time at all, for all is presently here. Okay. Reindeer medicine. So I don't really know from that what reindeer medicine is. Remembering, oh how thy glimpse glimmer in the darkest of sights, never forgotten, never still, yet pacing in the mind in the twilight of the night. Ringing the bells, ring thy bell to cast them out, ring thy bell and dance about. Swirl the sounds amidst the winds, nowhere to hide, for all will ring. Now see, that makes sense. Self-care, if not me, then who? To tend to a wholeness, the parts in which surrender thy pulse for a heart that's nearer than any other. I do appreciate the self-care thing there. Let me try something here real quick. I'm seeing white balance, kind of, and that's not really helping, is it? I took it way down. It still doesn't help. Okay, never mind. Silent night. If by night the world should sleep, a sleep so deep the silence be deafening, there would sound nothing at all nothing would sound. Okay, I want to see here. Show you just kind of the detail of this because it really didn't come through. Okay. Probably buy this deck if the cards had just the one keyword. Yes, just the one keyword. Me too. And, you know, you're free to completely ignore the verses. There's a good thing about that. You can bend any tool to your will and to your gifts. Snow, there is beauty in the divine that settles on thy flesh, a magical enchantment bestowed in purity. Solstice, all hail the cunning truth, in which it burns deep within root. Rise above the ashes and claim the gods are awaiting your glory, your name. I love the images. I love the artwork. Squirrel medicine, pitter-patter, plan ahead, keep silent your path's desire. No eyes or ears shall see you coming, a well-deserved reveal. Artemis, let's see here. The consistent incorrect usage goes beyond, yeah, I think so too. And it's not wrong every time. I mean, it's jarring. That's my complaint with it, is it's not just kind of mind-stopping and opening up this sense of wonder and curiosity. It is jarring into what, that doesn't make sense. You know, and that's my argument. Star, follow the stars for they know best, not too light, not too dark, a shimmer of what is coming next. Storm, as it begins to roar again. As within and so without, there are storms a-coming, a change without doubt. Telling stories, what words so tender can be spoken so bravely unless they are true from the truest of words? Tranquility. In thy womb of blissful quieting and calming stillness lives the world of worlds, spellbound to the silence. Now see, that's enigmatic. Turning inward, inside this veil of bone and flesh, I lay my soul to sleep. All the truths within thy breath have come to greet me. Ooh. talk about confronting death. That's wonderful. The unknown. Think on it and you will stumble. For the heart is a ghost upon the unknown. Let it bleed into the depths, bearing nothing but desire. Blah, 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 blah. Wise men.